Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can already see on the screen. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2022, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. This is a, Friday Club midweek roundup. It's gone a little bit beyond midweek. There was no post-match analysis from me yesterday. I am sorry about that. I was on a shoot at a wildlife park rolling around in fucking tapir shit. I didn't even know what a tapir was until yesterday. So I'm going to incorporate Wednesday's game against QPR and tomorrow's game also at home, must win against Blackpool in this one video. And as always, let's wind it back to Wednesday and start out with the starting 11 that started the match. And so, Gary Rowett went with the same side pretty much that had won 2 weeks previous in our last game at home again against Cardiff. We've got some very difficult away games coming up. There are no easy games in this division, but Blackburn and Rotherham away after the international break. Within 4 days, we absolutely need 3 points tomorrow. And as I said on Wednesday, Gary Rowett went with the same side that beat Cardiff 2-0 at the Den, comfortably as well, in my opinion. The only change was Charlie Creswell in for the injured skipper, Sean Hutchinson. Let's go through the team, and I'm going to give you a little comment on each player as we go past. In goal, Bartosz Balkowski didn't do a lot wrong. 3 centre-backs, Charlie Creswell got called up into the under-21s today, by the way, the England set-up. And I don't want to make this about Charlie Creswell because it goes far beyond that, our problems at the minute, but he is miles out of his depth for this division defensively. Although, as our sponsor said, he's our top scorer, which is worrying. Jake Cooper alongside him and Murray Wallace. Coops, okay, not really a fault for either goal. Murray Wallace, I thought, done quite well in the game. Turned play over 2 or 3 times. Although there's questions maybe around him for that second goal. But he wasn't the main culprit. Central midfield, Saville blows hot and cold. Billy Mitchell was absolutely fucking outstanding. And he's showing you all now what he actually can do coming forward. In my opinion, he's abandoned what Gary Rowett's telling him now. He's just doing what the fuck he wants and what he knows he can do. And he was sensational. Probably his best performance in a Millwall shirt, in my opinion. In front of him, Fleming, yeah, you can see that it's there with him. He just needs a bit more time to gel. Hopefully in a team that's playing well. And I think he needs a few more balls fired into him. He does try flicks and tricks a little bit too often. Very unlucky with that shot that comes off the bar and it's the line late on. And we need him to get off the mark soon. Otherwise you're going to start thinking that, you know, things are just maybe, you know, mentally and just not going to run for him, although it's not really his fault. Right wing back, Jamie Shackleton, he did all right. Not as good as Cardiff, but not too bad. Left wing back, Callum Styles, great debut. Done okay again, however, big question marks over him for the second goal. And up front, Andras Volsamer, absolute waste of time, get rid of him. And Tom Bradshaw, not Brad as his greatest games. Although in defence of him and Volsamer, people were going, fucking forwards. They're fucking... Did they have a chance to score in the game? Did they have a chance to score? We're going to get into that now. And let's talk about the game. Look, I criticised Rowett in the past, and now it seems you fucking all want him out. And it's getting a little bit toxic. As I said, if we don't get a result, and it needs to be 3 points against Blackpool, then I think, you know, that will turn even further. I think we'll beat Blackpool, right? I'm jumping ahead a little bit in this video. I think we are where we are. I think we signed players in the summer, and loads of you got way too excited about the players we signed. I did say at the time, look, one low knee that's never played in this division. We've got Benicophobe back. Okay, that's good business. Fleming's never played in England. A goalkeeper you've never heard of. Volsamer's come since. And Shackleton, oh, he's done well in this division before, but we have to compete with other teams. And we've done that. We've done well. We didn't stay still. We moved forward a little bit, but other clubs have moved forward even more. And with this league this season being even more competitive than it was last season, I didn't think we was going to be in and around the top 6 or announced promotion. As things are going, no one will ever be able to say that anyway now. But look, I don't think that at the minute, 9 games in, players still need time to settle. Look, Volsamer might surprise me and settle. He's been really good coming off the bench, but starting the match, he looks completely lost. So I'm not sure on that one. Fleming, okay. Shackleton just playing the right wing back role. He needs time to get into that. Creswell may well improve, although I don't think he will. And I hope he does. I'm sure when he leaves Millwall, you know, in years to come, he will go on to have a very good career. You don't get in the England under 21 setup. You ain't as highly rated athletes as you are if you're a bad player, but he is getting exposed badly in this division. And it just shows that as good as the Premier League is, the Championship is a completely different league, played at a different tempo with a different level of aggression and physicality. And I don't think it's that catching him out. I don't know, He's erratic to say the least. And I said that a few weeks ago. And I don't know, I got dug out a little bit in the comments. The amount of comments I see now saying that exact same thing on Twitter is unbelievable. Look, it's not about Creswell. It's about me now saying where we are as a team. This is Millwall, right? We'll win a few, we'll lose a few, right? The problem I had with Gary Rowett is that he never used to go and try and win a game, okay? I strongly believe 9 games into the season, we've played some very tough sides, although we've established that there is no easy games in this division. I believe on Wednesday, he went out to try and win that game, okay? And as I said, I think we'll beat Blackpool on Saturday because, you know, that's just the way the league is. Some beat some beat others. They're a little bit inconsistent, like us, although we have lost 3 of our 4 last league games, so that is quite consistent. But look, we're not fantastic, but we're not as bad as Cardiff, or we're not as bad as other teams. And on that basis, I don't think we'll go down. Not because we're fantastic, but I don't think, you know, we're not as bad as some other teams in this division. And as I said, I think that's just where we are as a club. But my problem with Rowett was, as I've said, is that he didn't want to try and attack, okay? I strongly believe now he is going out to try and win football matches, okay? With the players he's brought in, it's going to work against him, though, what I'm going to say next. Before he said he didn't have the players, okay, and that's why he sat, and that's why we consolidated and set up to not concede and try and get what we could out of games. I now think that I'm giving him credit. We was on the front foot against QPR. We was aggressive. We tried to keep the game flowing quickly, you know, moving the ball quickly. Even when it went out of play, trying to get things all from Bart, moving it again quick. Let's keep on him. Let's keep intense. But the problem we've got now is he's got the players he wanted, and we are looking to win games, in my opinion, at home. I think we do go to win games. However, he has absolutely no fucking idea how to attack because he is the type of manager that he is. He's a little bit of a stopgap consolidation manager. He's never going to excite you. He's never going to set the world alight. I think he's perfect. You know, I think Rowett will be perfect for a caretaker manager role. Manager loses his job, team's in the shit. He can stabilise you, maybe get you to safety and keep you there. But he's never going to take you to that next level because now he's got the players that he wants and he is, in my opinion, trying to win games. He has absolutely no fucking idea how to do it. None. And I'll put it on the screen now. That came up yesterday on social media. I don't know what wizard did that. Some people have credited me with that. That wasn't me. Someone just sent that to me. But it's absolutely Rowett in a nutshell, and everyone seems to be turning on him now, even Danny Baker. And I'll show you Danny Baker's comments because they are absolutely nailed on. That could have come from Kenny Draper's mouth without an absolute doubt. So look, we are struggling. That is a fact. However, it's only 9 games in and we have got some new signings. Some potentially, you know, we're all saying it, we've got the players, but we haven't got the manager. So he does need a bit more time, in my opinion. Although the fucking daggers will be out if we don't win tomorrow. Even if we draw, all hell's going to break loose at the Den tomorrow, in my opinion, in the crowd. So, or with the crowd towards Real. I'm not inciting public disorder or crowd fucking trouble. So look, tomorrow is going to be very, very difficult. But let's cover the QPR game. I said, I thought we was intense. I thought we was on the front foot. I thought we tried to take the game to QPR. When they had possession, we turned them over quickly and we kept coming at them. We were sharp with our passing. People were getting forward. There were good patterns of play. But if the pitch is as wide as that screen, well, the logos will bring it. If the pitch is as wide as that screen with the logos on it, we was sharp, aggressive, good passing, good movement to here. The problem is here. That is the fucking issue. And when we get to these areas, we either, one, don't know what to do, the ball in the box isn't good enough, or the strikers don't convert. In my opinion, the strikers didn't really get a chance. Second half, Tom Bradshaw, I think it's from the cock slammer, slides one into him. He's on the half turn. He's running away from goal with a defender in attention just over the bar. But I'm not saying Bradshaw played well because you all defend Bradshaw. But, you know, he didn't do fantastic in the game by any stretch. But the one that Billy Mitchell's tried to slot through to him, right? Great effort from Bill. Brilliant sliding tackle or block from the QPR defender. Bradshaw's made the right run there. If Bradshaw gets in and misses that, and then misses a point-blank header, you know, and 2 or 3 other chances, then I want to point fingers at the strikers. However, I don't feel they're getting, you know, a half chance in one game. All right, the rest of their game maybe not been fantastic, but a half chance in this one game for me is not enough to say the strikers are shit. Charlie Creswell, as Kevin Toomey, our wonderful sponsor, rightly said in his video, wrapped around that fucking car again up by the Wills Hunters Club. You know, Charlie Creswell was our top goal scorer. And he's out of his depth in this division. That was his words, not mine, although I do pretty much agree with that. So it is worrying times. But look, in the first half on Wednesday, I felt we huffed and we puffed and we kept up the intensity, as I said, going forward, and we kept turning them over. The ball's in from Styles and from Shackleton at points, maybe some other culprits as well. A couple of free long kicks from Murray Wallace come in and Saville. The deliveries weren't great either. Maybe it's a confidence thing with the players. Maybe they don't believe in the manager anymore. I don't know. I'm sure time will tell. But as it went on, I mean, look, again, I've looked at the highlights, and the actual highlights were two efforts from QPR, really, in the first half. So it just shows, despite us having the majority of the possession and forcing the issue, we rarely threaten the Queen's Park Rangers goal. And that gets us to half-time. So at half-time, right, okay, what do we know now? And what have we learnt under Rowett? Well, predominantly, we score a lot of goals going towards the Coldblow Lane in the second half, which is slightly annoying for me because I'm in fucking box 2 right by the away end. But look, it is what it is. Second half, come out, start okay, no substitutions. Well, more of the same then. And then the difference was proven when I said, we do it here, but we can't do it here. QPR did all right in this area, but here, they were absolutely fucking ruthless. 2 shots, 2 goals. Guy comes through the middle of the pitch, all right, maybe slightly unchallenged. Ball in to the goal scorer, Willock, forgot his name for a second. He takes one touch, he turns, maybe he shouldn't have been allowed to turn, but he hits it. No one was expecting him to hit it. And he hits it past Balkowski, the big dog, no chance. We're 1-0 down, and then after that, we was punch drunk. The wind got taken out of our sails. Like I said in my full-time reaction, we was on the ropes, we was at 6s and 7s, we was all over the place, and Rowett did try to change it. He went 2 strikers off in Bradshaw and Volsammer, and he come 2 strikers on in Bury and Afobe. Although I think Bury's much better wide, I think it needed him at that point, because, you know, he's done damage against QPR before, and we know he's strong coming off the bench. But again, service to those strikers. Doesn't happen. And again, I'm not even blaming. Mitchell had a fantastic game. Saville did okay. Thought Fleming did all right. So it wasn't really them. I think the crosses from the fullbacks, / we don't do any patterns of play. I used to coach my boys' team, and people might go, fuck off, mate. Right? And the first thing I got them doing when I took over was patterns of play. Right? And I'd have defenders versus attackers. I'd only practice attacking. I weren't interested in defending. I should make them go man for man at corners and be quite flat in the back 4. And structure, which I think Rowett will probably go to now, sadly, believe it or not, because I think the time has come for him to accept that 5 at the back, it's not making a difference. We're still leaking goals. And then I'd practice with these boys, someone drilling it in the centre forward. Centre forward comes short, gives it back to the original feeder. Feeder knocks one wide to the ringer. The striker spins down the aisle, bosh, into the box, try and finish it. And the second and third strikers join in. The original kicker also follows his pass. Gone a bit tactical. It's a very basic pattern of play, but we don't seem to do any of that. We sort of get to where we need to get to, as that diagram showed earlier, and then we cut back. And it just wasn't working out for us. The second goal is nothing to do with Gary Rowett. It's an absolute fucking horror. It's Sunday football, it's pub football, it's an absolute shit show, and unfortunately, I just tell you what I see, and we all saw it, the majority of the blame has to go down to Callum Styles, because he sort of fucking looks over at the Coldblow Lane as if he's not don't know what's going on. Short corner comes in behind, and the guy that's there, he's not looking at him, he just walks behind him. Should we have doubled up on the corners? You know, the corners are obviously down to the manager, but they must have, you know, their areas and their graphs where they all need to know where they need to be from short plays or corners or free kicks, and they obviously haven't followed it, whether they still punch drunk, whatever, I don't know. But something like that will be in place, and the players haven't done it. Styles especially. Maybe he'll get someone else out to help him out to double up, but walks in, bang, 2-0, and then, you know, after that, we try to get back into the game. Fleming's very unlucky. As I said earlier when I was going through the team, I'm getting a little bit worried. Come in, not for him, not for his ability. I'm just worried sometimes when you're at a club, things just don't go for him. Yeah, he's only early, but he come in, he's got injured, he's come back, he's had that rocket, he's hit the bar at the line, that goes in. I still don't think we would have got back in the game, but that gets things not so bad. It gets our record signing off and running. But as I said, look, it's early days and it has been a slow start. We always start slow. So I'm not at Rowett out in 222 as much as I was Rowett out in 219. That's when he fucking should have gone. That's when he should have gone. And I did say at the time, don't let him stay and buy the wrong players, and then we're fucked and stuck with all these players like he was when he inherited 10 that Neil Harris had signed fucking about 3 months before he turned up. But look, I don't think he signed the wrong players, like Danny Baker says, like Kenny Draper says. You know, we have got the players. Everyone's saying it. We've got the players now. But Rowett has absolutely no idea how to get these players going forward. And we go back to all the time. Paul Robinson, great left back. He was the Paul Robinson, West Brom, now our assistant or coach, wherever he is. Really good attacking left back as well. Scored a lot of goals. But he was a defender. Adam Barrett, defender. Gary Rowett, defender. Under 21s, they're flying, by the way, 6 wins out of 6. And Abdul Malik, I've quoted him, said he's not to the level. He has gone like that now. Maybe because lowered the bracket 2 years. I'm not sure. 6 in 60 under 21s have won, and Abdul Malik scored 1 or 2 in every game. So he won't look to the 23s or 21s. Sorry, what I'm saying is Paul Robinson, the ex-legend Paul Robinson. Yeah, we've got 2 Paul Robinsons at the club, and Adam Barrett. Sorry, and David Nugent. They are the under 21s managers. So across the board, we got no striking coaches or influence in the club. Would Rout bring someone in before he gets sacked? I don't think he'll get sacked. He's just signed a new 3-year deal, of course. And I think all the club are looking to do is survive, which is fair enough, because as I said, that's Millwall Football Club. We win some, we lose some. As long as we don't go down and we have a good cup run, then we are happy with that. So, look, he's not going anywhere, Rout. Even if we lose against Blackpool, I think it will take after the international break and back-to-back losses against Blackburn and Rotherham. And I think that could be, people... Really, well, the heat is already on, so it'll be absolute fucking hellfire temperature by that point. But look, this is why, as I said, I'm here, right? If this is Row It Out, I'm here. 2019, I was there. I was off the Richter. So it's not going to happen yet. It is early in the season. However, that's me backing him. Do I think he's going to sort it out? I don't think he can, but I do think we will beat Blackpool on Saturday. So let's get onto it. Our opposition currently sit in 16th place in the division, 3 places and 1 point above us, and in their last 5 games, they have won 1, drawn 2 and lost 1. Last time out, losing 3-0 on the road to Rotherham. So that's another team that are doing quite well this season, Rotherham. But Blackpool are a little bit like us. Win 1, lose 1. Win 1, lose 1. I said at the minute, we're 3 losses out of 4. And we absolutely, definitely need to win 1 tomorrow. They are currently managed by Michael Appleton. A little bit of a weird one, wasn't it? Neil Critchley was their manager, got them up, did all right. And then he left and went to join Stephen Gerrard at Aston Villa as his assistant. So he's given up being a manager to become an assistant. Maybe he's got one eye on Gerrard's job, and he might get it if Aston Villa carry on the way they have been lately. Blackpool will come to town tomorrow again. I think they're there for the taking. I think they come to the den not really expecting a lot out of it. It's a fucking long way. Of course, if you're a Blackpool fan, you're going to come down, or maybe they will because they want to be part of the processions and things that's going to happen on Monday. I don't know. But they're definitely there for the taking. And now I'm going to tell you if we're going to do it. And so this is your pre-match prediction. And here we go. I thought about everything else for this video, sort of, just quickly, because I was working yesterday, other than what I think the score's going to be tomorrow. Look, I'm trying to be more positive this year. When I was negative, you all said, you're too negative. Now I'm trying to be more positive. You're all going, get out of Rowet's arsehole. So in the interest of getting in Rowet's arsehole, being positive and getting us to the international break in a semi-good place, I'm going to say we're going to scrape it 1-0 tomorrow in a terrible game with an own goal, or we're going to get a penalty and win 1-0. I don't think it will be pretty. I don't think the fans will be impressed, but it will be a relief. Will it be papering over the cracks? I hate when people do that, but I just did it. As a lot of people are saying on social media, well, look, maybe yes, maybe no. As I said, it's not papering over the cracks if you're winning against some teams, because we're better than them. As I said earlier, I don't think we'll go down not because we're that good, but we're not as bad as some of the other teams. That's enough for us, unfortunately. I know we'd love to go to the Premier League. I'm not sure what some of you expected, and I'm not digging it out. I'd love to be positive. I'd love to be confident, but this club will go no further until Husky buy it now, if Husky buy it, which I've heard they do want to, and that's just a rumour I've heard on the terraces, and it by no means reflects the status of Lions TV. Please don't sue me, anyone, Millwall Football Club, or have a go at me. Anyway, look, Berylson's a fucking fantastic chairman. He's done it softly, and we've always loved and admired that about him, but we have got no money. My old man said to me the other day, well, they've given money to buy players now, and he's bought players. Oh, whoa. Have they? Have they really given him money to buy players? Because last I checked, the goalkeeper, whose name I can't even remember, is a third choice, and he came on a free transfer. We also had Jamie Shackleton and Charlie Creswell. They're both on loan. The cockslammer couldn't have cost more than a tenner. On top of that, Afobe came back to the club. Did we buy him? Did we buy it the last year of his contract? I'm not sure. Who else? Other than that, Stiles is on loan. The only one we've really paid money for that I'm aware of is Fleming, 1.7 million. It's absolute fucking ashtray money in the structure of this league, unfortunately. But there you go. So I'm not sure he has had money. The reason he hasn't had money is because I believe we haven't got any money. So I think that's something to reflect on as well. but he definitely hasn't bought a lot of players. Look, we're Millwall Football Club. We know what we have to do to get players through the door. We beg, borrow and steal loan, get people out of contract, maybe try and find a young gem. That's our existence. So I said, I'm not sure what some of you are expecting, but for me, at the minute, my biggest issue was it wasn't exciting to go and watch, and I didn't feel Rowett was playing the Millwall way in terms of trying to win football matches. I believe he is actually now at home. He's trying to take the game to teams, and I expect us to come out the fucking hurdles, come out the hatches. Come out the traps tomorrow. Come out the traps tomorrow and take it to Blackpool. And I think we won't get our final ball right, and I think it'll be scrappy, and I think the fans will get frustrated and blame the strikers, even though they've had no opportunities to shoot. But I think we will just get it over the line, and that is a very long video, and that is me done. And I've got to shoot now because I've got to edit what I filmed yesterday for the pool guy, 40 million TikTok followers. What a gig I've got there. But look, I'll be at the Den tomorrow, and I'll be live streaming from around 2:40. I'll try and get on a bit earlier tomorrow. I'll get my graphics sorted earlier. I've been really fucking busy, and I'm moving house next week again for the final time, thank God. So I'll try and get there early tomorrow, get set up and get on, and we'll do some comments pre-match, because I feel like I've not been neglecting the live streams, but there's been less build-up, and I'll try and get on early tomorrow. We'll have a bit of build-up. I'll see you in beautiful South Bermondsey if you're going. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Fuck's sake, come on you Lions.